Hello dear brothers, beaners, and honky crackers.
We welcome you fellas to another episode of The Lost Channels.
Here you can find all the lost videos that YouTube and the government shut down to silence the voices of opposition. So sit back,
Grab some popcorn and soda.
cause you know your fat ass is gonna need it.
And remember, if you have any lost videos belonging to a user who got his country ass shut down, please submit that video to patriotnewsnetwork@mail.com.
Science doesn't need to be scary. It's just information.
I am only one man. But I am a representation, as all of you are, regardless of your race, color, or creed, of the human spirit. I am blasted by the responsibility I have. I am humbled by the knowledge that I have accrued.
That amount is 1/4 milligram of fluoride. Well, that's the same amount of fluoride as what we find in 8 ounces of water. And if you do swallow, contact the Poison Control Center.
I do not have the words or the intellect, as primitive and weak as I am, to somehow reach out to your human soul and attempt to activate the spirit of the universe that is in all of our souls. I stand before you blunted, bludgeoned, weakened. I have been programmed by the society, by the peer pressure, by the lust and needs implanted in me. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, drinking sodium fluoridated water. All the scientific studies show my IQ has been reduced by at least 20 points.
Damage from dental fluorosis is not disputed.
But the shadow of who I would have been calls out from the grave. The shadow of who you would have been calls out from the soul that is humanity.
So what is the benefit of water fluoridation?
Your families are being broken up. Your children are being trained to commit suicide. Our world is in crises. Everything is parasitic. Every fulcrum, every benchmark, every root of wholesomeness is under assault because our enemy vengefully seeks to destroy all that is pure, all that is beautiful, and all that is strong. But from the grave that is humanity, I call out and I say to the elite, what a great mischief you have wrought. What a great dark wickedness you have created. What a blight you are on a beautiful species that had so much promise. I look into the eyes of the elite, windows into their souls, and I see weak, decadent people who revel in the raw exercise of power. They enjoy murdering the innocent child.
It's 250 times more concentrated in fluoride than mother's milk. We shouldn't fluoridate water and harm our most vulnerable.
They revel in killing the widow. They revel in dumbing down the tiny green shoots that are children that would grow into mighty oak trees. Everything they are is anathema. Everything they are is counterbalanced against the spirit of the universe. Everything they are is a fraud against life and a crime against life that every fiber of my soul cries out against. It is a great pain to me to see their work. It savages the core of my soul to witness the innocents degraded, pulled down, bludgeoned, destroyed, burned, decimated, annihilated, kindled to flames that only sparkle in the eye of the psychopath. We are at the crossroads. We are entering a dangerous time in the development of our species. The least you can do is investigate. The minimum that is expected of you as a sentient being is to question your reality. The minimum is that you realize you are in a box and you are being controlled and you are being fed and you are having buttons in your mind pushed and controlled. You talk about raw will. The raw will it takes to have the studies from the 1920s and the 1930s where they knew that sodium fluoride and its derivatives caused bone fractures, cancer, destruction of the kidneys, hypothalamus, pituitary, but most importantly, brain tissue and IQ. And to put it in our water. And to hurt millions of people. To eat holes in every person's brain listening. To take everything you would have been and to destroy it! That's who you face from the cold depths of the night circle of hell! None of this even means anything, and I cover all their tyranny on the face of it. Total tyranny. What does it even matter anymore? What does it even mean? I have been robbed. At the end of the day, I know we're hurtling into martial law, and there's this great wicked intelligence that scientifically diagrammed and chronicled every single button they have to push to control you to the point of you can't even understand what I'm saying, most of you.
You're putting me in overdrive.
I've told you the truth. I've told you what's happening. We have a scientific dictatorship, an elite using scientific technologies to dumb down, control, poison you, sterilize you. We're all under attack. Every one of you has had your IQ, your mind, your intellect, your soul, who you are, massively reduced by it. We have their own documents in the 20s where they said they were going to put it in the water and dumb you down. And now you're so dumbed down, mainstream news can admit it's deadly poison and does reduce your IQ. Doesn't matter if the American Medical Association finally gets pressured to say, don't give fluoride to babies, it's in all the baby water. You can rebel as a species, though. You can say no. You cannot just count on Alex Jones, but start your own access show, your own website, your own newsletter, call into talk shows. Get your kids off sodium fluoride. Stop eating MSG and fast food. Stop eating GMO. Wake your neighbor up who's a cop. There are thousands of things you can do. The elite is behind schedule. Their new world order is in trouble. They admit they're behind. They're trying to accelerate. Things are getting more and more obvious. You can do things to fight this. You don't have to let them just have their way with you. You don't have to let them just win. If you take action now, and if you resist them, you can have a great effect. I'm calling for you to break out of your condition and to become aware of your condition and to use your intellect in any way you see fit. bring the New World Order down.
At fluoridealert.org. When it comes to toothpaste, it also says don't swallow. That was disturbing to me. If there's no benefit, well, why are we fluoridating? Science doesn't need to be scary. It's just information.